The subject matter of fruitfulness is something that is very important to God. Bearing fruit is key. How many of you know that Jesus took out time to give parables and then to also practicalize the issue on fruitfulness? How many of you are aware of that? He gave parables along those lines, and then we saw him curse a fig tree that had leaves, and he had an expectation of fruit from it. And by the time he went on to access it, he saw that this tree was only good for leaves, but not for fruits. And then for the first time, you see Jesus crossing what he created. Amen? Okay, he said, this tree, nobody will eat from you from today. Meaning that we must prioritize fruitfulness. We must look into it deeply, because before God, it matters. It matters a lot. It's important to God. It's important to him that every child of his, that everything he created bears fruit. I said to you from the beginning of this subject matter that even the animals and everything that God created, God intended that they should bear fruit. And the way for them to bearing fruit is that everything had its own reproductive system. Am I correct? Everything had its own reproductive system within it. So we are not talking about bearing fruit and you don't have the capacity, you lack the ability to. That was not what God did. Everything that Jesus did was innate. They all had the ability and the capacity to bear fruit.